Every single day, millions of people around the world wake up fighting battles they cannot see. These are not wars fought with weapons or armies. They are wars fought inside the human body, against microscopic enemies that have claimed more lives throughout history than any conflict ever recorded. Some of these diseases have been with humanity for thousands of years. Others emerged more recently, catching the world off guard. But all of them share one terrifying trait: their capacity to kill on a massive scale. Understanding these diseases is not just a matter of scientific curiosity. It is a matter of survival. So let us walk through the 10 deadliest diseases the world has ever known, ranked not by fear, but by the staggering numbers of lives they have taken and continue to take each year. It might surprise many people to find diarrheal diseases on this list, but the numbers do not lie. Collectively, conditions caused by bacteria, viruses, and parasites that attack the digestive system kill approximately 1.5 million people every single year. The majority of these deaths occur in low-income countries where access to clean water and proper sanitation remains a critical challenge. Children under the age of 5 are the most vulnerable, often succumbing to severe dehydration before they can receive adequate medical care. Cholera, rotavirus, and E. coli are among the most dangerous culprits. What makes this disease category particularly heartbreaking is that most of these deaths are entirely preventable with basic hygiene, oral rehydration therapy, and access to clean drinking water. Diabetes has quietly grown into one of the world's most dangerous chronic diseases, currently affecting over 500 million people globally. Diabetes is responsible for approximately 1.5 million direct deaths per year, with millions more dying from complications such as heart disease, kidney failure, and nerve damage. Type 2 diabetes, which is largely linked to lifestyle factors including poor diet and physical inactivity, accounts for the vast majority of cases. However, type 1 diabetes, an autoimmune condition, also claims countless lives, particularly in regions where insulin is not readily accessible or affordable. The disease does not discriminate. It affects people across all ages, genders, and socioeconomic backgrounds, making it one of the most widespread and deadly conditions in modern medicine. Tuberculosis, commonly known as TB, is one of the oldest diseases known to humanity, and it remains one of the deadliest. Caused by the bacterium Mycobacterium tuberculosis, this airborne disease primarily attacks the lungs, though it can spread to other organs. Each year, tuberculosis kills approximately 1.6 million people worldwide. What makes TB particularly alarming in the modern era is the rise of drug-resistant strains, known as multi-drug-resistant tuberculosis and extensively drug-resistant tuberculosis. These strains are far more difficult and expensive to treat, and they are spreading in regions already burdened by poverty and limited healthcare infrastructure. Despite being curable with the right antibiotics, tuberculosis continues to devastate communities across Africa, Asia, and Eastern Europe. Alzheimer's disease and related dementias represent a growing global crisis that is only expected to worsen as the world's population ages. Currently, these conditions claim approximately 2 million lives per year, though many experts believe the true number is significantly underreported. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive neurological disorder that destroys memory, cognitive function, and eventually the ability to perform basic daily tasks. There is currently no cure, and available treatments only slow the progression rather than halt it. The emotional and financial toll on families and caregivers is immense. As life expectancy increases globally, the number of people living with dementia is projected to triple by the year 2050, making this one of the most urgent public health challenges of our time. Lower respiratory infections, which include pneumonia and bronchitis, are among the most lethal infectious diseases on the planet. These infections kill approximately 2.6 million people every year, making them the deadliest infectious disease category after tuberculosis. Pneumonia alone is responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of children under 5 annually. The elderly, immunocompromised individuals, and those living in areas with high levels of air pollution are particularly at risk. While vaccines exist for some of the most common bacterial causes of pneumonia, access to these vaccines remains unequal across the globe. Viral pneumonia, including that caused by influenza and other respiratory viruses, continues to pose a significant and recurring threat to global health. Stroke is the second leading cause of death worldwide and one of the leading causes of long-term disability. Each year, stroke claims approximately 6 million lives globally. A stroke occurs when blood supply to part of the brain is cut off, either by a blockage or a burst blood vessel, causing brain cells to die within minutes. The consequences can be devastating: paralysis, loss of speech, memory impairment, and death. High blood pressure, smoking, obesity, and diabetes are among the most significant risk factors. Rapid medical intervention is critical, as every minute without treatment results in the death of nearly 2 million brain cells. Despite advances in stroke treatment, including clot-busting medications and surgical interventions, millions of people in low- and middle-income countries still lack timely access to these life-saving options. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, widely known as COPD, is a progressive lung disease that makes breathing increasingly difficult over time. It kills approximately 3.2 million people every year, making it one of the top 4 causes of death globally. COPD encompasses conditions such as chronic bronchitis and emphysema, both of which cause long-term damage to the airways and lung tissue. The primary cause of COPD is long-term exposure to harmful substances, most notably cigarette smoke, but also air pollution, occupational dust, and chemical fumes. There is no cure for COPD, and treatment focuses on managing symptoms and slowing disease progression. The burden of COPD is particularly heavy in low- and middle-income countries, where smoking rates remain high and air quality is poor. Few diseases in modern history have reshaped the world as dramatically as COVID-19. Caused by the SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus, the disease emerged in late 2019 and rapidly became a global pandemic. Official death tolls have surpassed 7 million, though many researchers estimate the true excess mortality figure to be several times higher. COVID-19 attacks the respiratory system primarily, but it can also cause severe complications in the heart, kidneys, brain, and immune system. The pandemic exposed deep vulnerabilities in global health systems, supply chains, and international cooperation. While vaccines developed at unprecedented speed helped reduce mortality, the virus continues to evolve with new variants emerging regularly. The long-term health consequences of the disease, commonly referred to as long COVID, continue to affect tens of millions of survivors worldwide. Cancer is not a single disease, but a collection of over 100 different diseases, all characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells. Together, cancers claim approximately 10 million lives every year, making them the second leading cause of death globally. Lung cancer, colorectal cancer, liver cancer, stomach cancer, and breast cancer are among the deadliest forms. Risk factors vary widely and include tobacco use, alcohol consumption, obesity, radiation exposure, certain viral infections such as hepatitis B and human papillomavirus, and genetic predisposition. While significant advances in cancer treatment, including immunotherapy, targeted therapy, and precision medicine, have improved survival rates for many types, access to these treatments remains deeply unequal. In many parts of the world, cancer is still diagnosed at late stages when treatment options are limited. At the very top of this devastating list sits cardiovascular disease, the single greatest killer of human beings on the planet. Heart disease and stroke together account for approximately 17.9 million deaths every year, representing nearly 1/3 of all global deaths. Cardiovascular disease encompasses conditions such as coronary artery disease, heart failure, heart attacks, and hypertension-related complications. The risk factors are well known: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, smoking, physical inactivity, poor diet, obesity, and diabetes, all significantly increase the likelihood of developing heart disease. What makes this statistic particularly sobering is that the majority of cardiovascular deaths are preventable through lifestyle changes, early detection, and access to affordable medication. Yet despite decades of medical progress, heart disease continues to claim more lives than any other condition, reminding us that the greatest threats to human life are often the ones hiding in plain sight.